itself.
What's it like starring in a film that's about to make millions of people afraid to sleep with the lights off?
Empowering. I mean, that is the goal, and I think we did it really well. But I think we did it well because we created realistic characters, and you really feel for them, and I think that's why it like hits so hard.
And what was it about this film that you saw and just said, I need to be part of this?
The writing was fantastic. Stephen King is like, I'm a horror fanatic. I love horror movies, and he's, I think the reason why people started taking horror more seriously, and it became much more psychological and much more layered and complex. Also, my character, Sadie, is very complex, and she goes through a lot, and I knew that it would be hard, but I always want a challenge.
The Boogeyman is such a distinctive and unique creature. I haven't really seen anything quite like it before in a film. When was the first time you were able to see it, and how did you react to seeing it for the first time?
I saw it towards the end of shooting, and I was very much, I almost didn't know if I wanted to see it, because there's something so scary about the unknown, and like not just like creating it all in your imagination. But once I saw it, I was like, oh, yep, that's pretty terrible. I mean, they did it so well, and it's not what you would expect.
Right.
It's very creative. I'm excited for people to see it. It's very Stranger Things-esque.
So it's not like there's a Boogeyman with a SAG card. So, you know, how did you perform against it? What was the process
Boogeyman
on
with
set?
SAG card, that's really funny. I mean, like I said, you just have to use your imagination, and I think I've done so many self-tape auditions in my life where like I'm doing a scene to a wall, and you just have to use your imagination, create something there, and it's just like, it's just kind of in me at this point that I can just go to that place. A lot of the time I was reacting to like a silver ball. There was this contortionist, Michael, who's very talented, and like just for eye line, he'd like show the creepy movements and everything. Yeah, but a lot of it was just imagination.
The contortionist, that sounds even worse than whatever you could imagine. That
He's very talented. That's all I have to say, like super talented.
The best horror movies, the monster's the monster's a metaphor for some sort of broader, more relatable theme. So what does this film have to say about grief and trauma?
I feel like the monster is the embodiment of grief, and it preys on them because they're vulnerable. And I think Sadie's in such a distinct stage of grieving where she just wants to feel close to her mom. And you meet her when she's just putting on her mom's dress and wants to feel that closeness to her and like feel like her to some extent. But she's stuck in this place of grief. And I think in order to move on and like fight the antagonist, the monster, she has to like accept it and move on with her life and carry her with her, but move forward.
And as a performer, you have to inhabit this troubled character in this really dark world with a monster in it. How do you anchor yourself in that mindset? Like, you have to live with that for weeks or months. What's your process like, and do you have to decompress after?
Definitely have to decompress after. I'm very good with, I brought my sister to set just when I needed, that grounding. I made a playlist for her that was very, just like, not specifically what she would listen to, but what would get me in the right mindset. Yeah, it was hard. It was like physically draining, emotionally draining, but ultimately satisfying, like so satisfying.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. It was a great movie.
Thank you.